kind of animal are you?
Gen V has come to a close this week with episode 8, and what a bloody finale. Of course, I'm going to get to all that stuff, but as always, I'm Al, this is the Geek in Review, and thanks for taking the time to choose to watch this channel. I really appreciate it, and if you haven't done it already, please hit subscribe and leave a like as well. So it's been a crazy few weeks at God U, with everything tying together a lot more by the end of episode 7. We know where some of the characters and this show fits in the greater boys universe, but what happens in this week, episode 8? Well, picking up where we left off last week, Dean Shetty's dead by Kate's hand, sort of, and the gang needs to deal with that, as well as Sam and Kate now going rogue, wanting the rest of the prisoners in the woods freed. And they don't really explore this as much as I thought they would, as in the whole perspective thing, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Sam thinks it's his turn to save Emma, as he's afraid that she'll end up going to the woods. And yeah, it is all a point of view thing, as I said just a moment ago. There's no real right or wrong here, and it really sort of ties up in the whole battle and thing at the end, but I'm going to get to it. Don't worry, just hit like. Andre is still in hospital with his dad getting the results, and he finds out that his father has brain damage linked to his ability. So every time that he uses it, it gets worse, and this explains why he no longer wears a superhero suit. And as Andre has the same ability, it seems that he might be facing the same fate further down the line. But he doesn't want to make it right, he wants his son to toe the Vought line as well. And speaking of Vought, there at God U, Ashley herself shows up to deal with everything that's gone wrong since Brink's death up until the PR disaster of Polarity's interview, and they think that the way to do this to take the heat off the university is to promote one of the students to the 7, which they've mentioned all the way through the season.
Alright, who is pushing for this kid?
His on-screen skin color test read a bit dark.
Then we'll get Annie fucking Leibovitz to shoot him, you racist shit.
So Kate hatches a diabolical plan and goes to the woods to free the other kids there with Sam's help, releasing them into, well, the public, which goes about as well as you'd think. And Kate is really going down the hard right-wing pro-superhero road here after she's taken care of Shetty, and she's trying to do what she thinks is best, but you've got to wonder, what would she stop at? Who's the person that she wouldn't kill that would get in her path? Sam keeps seeing visions of his brother Luke trying to tell him that he's doing the wrong thing by backing Kate, and this isn't the way that it has to be. But this is Sam confronting the rage that he has within and the rage that he has towards Luke, as he was always the popular, normal, healthy one, whereas Sam was a sort of freak that they locked away. And you find out that the whole Luke thing is actually just in Sam's head, it's not another superhero that's influencing him. They of course find the virus research labs, learning that they're infecting people on purpose, which Kate uses to rally the troops, further whipping them into a frenzy. And the three students emerge onto the campus targeting all non-superheroes, so basically any human, and
Are you a soup?
No, I'm an adjunct professor marketing.
this is starting, the sort of pro-anti-superhero conflict that if you've read the comics, you know where it ends. Emma finds Sam mid-slaughter, trying to convince him to stop, but Sam makes a really good point here when he says she just freed him, she never asked what he wanted to happen next, and this is it. So again, going back to what I've been saying the last few weeks, is all shades of grey in a POV thing, and that Emma thinks that she's doing the right thing by saving people, whereas Sam thinks that he's doing the right thing by punishing them. And these two characters are the really two contrasting opinions, with the pro-people powers and the anti-people powers. Try saying that 3 times. And Sam tells her that Emma just wants to be liked and popular, she was never a superhero and he's just out for justice. But yeah, which side would you fall on? Kind of hard to tell. With everything that's going on in the world, don't pick a side, don't even worry about it. Sam basically asks Kate to remove his conscience so he no longer has to worry about the visions that he's seen of his brother telling him to stop this mass slaughter. And yeah, I like this, but I have to say the whole Kate manipulating people seems to be a bit of a kind of easy way out to get someone to do something in the plot. They do sort of deal with Kate by the end of the episode, but I'll get to that later on. So Sam now feels nothing and is a super cold killing machine, and it's Marie and the rest of the gang that need to take him down. Marie goes to Shetty's office to lock down the campus and disable the soups using the sonic device that we've seen, but it doesn't last long because, they've all got superhuman abilities. While this is going on, Ashley calls for the big man himself, Homelander, who, when he shows up, let's be honest, is probably going to take Kate's side if you remember the end of The Boys Season 3. And Ashley tries to get Marie on side as well, guaranteeing her a place in the 7 and a chance to meet her sister if she takes out the rogue students, but gets cut off before Marie can answer her. She teams up with Andre to stop Kate, but Kate doesn't trust him, setting the invisible TA Maverick to take her down, who we find out in this episode is Translucent Sun. But Marie, using her new heightened blood powers, is able to see him, or at least is able to see his heartbeat in his veins, and it gets very Hollow Man there for a second before she manages to stop him, but the damage and the rampage still continues. Andre and Sam face off in a pretty, gotta be honest, unclimactic fight, with Andre only just beating him by using his powers. So it's now soup on super as well, with Jordan getting taken down by a group of the rogues from the woods, and Andre and Marie having to fight the others to help save the Vought high-ups and get them out of there. But as Kate is orchestrating most of this, or at least influencing some of the soups, Marie ties her hands with her ability, or I should say removes them by blowing one of her arms up to stop her touching Andre. And this all happens just as Homelander shows up, and this is the scene that we've all been waiting for. We figured we'd get a member of the 7 and it would have to be him because we know this is going to tie into the boys next season. And it was exactly what I expect and the approach that I expected from him. He's not too happy that Marie is siding against her own kind, and he decides to take care of it by blasting her using the old laser vision. The massacre on campus is over, and Vought have done a cover-up blaming Emma, Marie, Andre and Jordan, calling Sam and Kate the new Guardians of Godolphin. A typical Vought spin, but what's happened to the gang, you ask? Well, they all wake up in a hospital. At least it kind of looks like one. It's more a prison, to be honest, and it's a room with no doors, so how they got in there, I guess that's going to get answered next season. But they're all in prison now, so the ones that were free are now the prisoners, and the prisoners are now the ones that are free. But yeah, what a finale, as bloody as only the boys can be, and there's a few post-credit scenes as well, so we're not done yet. The scene is the woods being explored, and we find out that it's Billy Butcher, the head of the boys himself, so he knows what's happened at God U, or at least he's got a very good idea, and the boys are going to be looking into this. So it was a pretty good season finale overall, I have to say, but it was only 39 minutes long, making it one of the shorter entries into Gen V, and to be honest, I think it did need to be longer. It was mostly action focused. They didn't really do anything with the characters after the last episode, and that kind of annoyed me a little bit. But it's not to say that this wasn't a solid overall first season of TV, especially when it's coming off the back of 3 seasons of one of the strongest TV shows on the planet right now, The Boys. Now, I do have some thoughts on Gen V, the characters, the story, and what happened, and I'm going to be doing a live stream and chat on it, so I'd love if you could join me here at the time and date that's on screen now, and we'll have a little chat, go over what I like, what I don't like, and we'll talk about what you like as well. But I really want to know what you guys think if you can't make the live chat. Did the season and the finale live up to the hype and what you were expecting? Let me know in the comments below, or you can reach out to me on Twitter at The Geeks Reviews. I really hope to see you in the live stream later on, but as always, my name's Al. Thanks for watching.